discuss about the general characters of the porifera. General characters of the porphyrin animals. See, in these porphyrin animals, actually, from the invertebrates and vertebrata phylums, in these two phylums, the term porifera, which is coined by Robert E. Grant. So, the term porphyra, which is coined by Robert E. Grant. See, all these are the porifera phylums, the common names and the scientific names. The common names and the scientific names of the porphyrin animals. First one, Euplectella, it is called as Venus flower basket. Hyalonema, that is called as glass rope sponge. Pheronema, it is commonly called as bowl sponges. Cliona, commonly called as boring sponges. And Helichondria, that is crumb of bread. And Chalina, mermaid's globe. And Heliclona, that is finger sponge. Spongilla, freshwater sponge. Euspongia, bath sponges. And Philospongia, leaf sponge. Hippospongia, horse sponge. And Scypha, crone sponge. See, Euplectella, Venus flower basket. Hyalonema, glass rope sponge. Pheronema, bowl sponge. And Cliona, boring sponge. Helichondria, crumb of bread. Chalina, mermaid's globe. Heliclona, finger sponge. Spongilla, freshwater sponge. Euspongia, bath sponge. And Philospongia, leaf sponge. Hippospongia, horse sponge. And Scypha, crone sponge. See, now we are going to discuss about this structure, general characters. Porifera, it is derived from two Latin words, foran and fera. So the body is made with many pores. Four bearing animals are poriferan animals. See, in these poriferan animals, body is totally composed with many pores. So these are poriferan animals. In these poriferan animals, the characters, those animals are sessile animals that attaches with the substratum. So the animals which attaches the substratum, those are sessile animals, and these animals lives in water. All are aquatic habitat, but here mainly those all are marine animals except two classes. Those are Potamolipidae and Spongillidae. Potamolipidae and Spongillidae. Except these two, the remaining all of these porphyrin animals belongs to the marine forms only. Those are marine forms only. Now see the structure of one of the sponges. In these sponges, here two types of the cells we will see in this one. Here See in this one, outer many cells are present in this outer surface of the see, this is the structure of the peripheral animals. In this structure of the peripheral animals, all these are outside. These cells are pinacodem. These pinacodem cells are surrounds the outer surface of the body wall, whereas inner cells, all these are choanocytes. So the body of the peripheral animals are made up of two layers. The outer layers are made up of pinacodem, which is made up of pinacocytes. Whereas the inner layer of the peripheral animals that contains choanocytes. All the choanocytes forms the choanodem. In between the pinacodem and the choanodem, the middle layer is mesoglia. The middle layer is known as mesoglia. See, in this mesoglia, we will see several tentacles. Those are spicules are present here. Okay. So between these are that contains spongin fibers or siliceous spicules. Spongin fibers is made up of the spongin fibers of the siliceous spicules. See in this particular process, so these are the aquatic region, those are lives in water. From the outside of the water enters into the body through a small opening. These are the two opening, prosophiles and apophiles. Prosophiles and apophiles. Prosophiles and apophiles. These two openings are the all small apertures are present in the outside and inside of the body. These two made a small opening, that is the opening is known as ostia. So in these peripheral animals, from the surroundings, water enters into the body. Through the ostia. So in these animals, water enters into the body through the ostia. Finally, it reaches into the empty cavity is known as sphingocele. This is called as sphingocele. From here, the remaining water it eliminated outside through the sphingocele. It has one more opening. This opening is known as osculum. See the way of the entry and the exit of the water from the surrounding. Water enters into the sphingocele through the ostia to sphingocele, sphingocele to osculum to outside. So this is the entry and the exit of the water that forms the water canal system in peripheral animals. Okay? This is some of the topics. Now we are going to discuss some other topics. Now we are going to discuss about the level of organization and the symmetry and the silo, digestion, respiration, circulation, excretion, nervous system, and reproduction. See, these are the points we are going to discuss right now. See, in these organisms, the level of organization is cellular level of organization. Cellular level of organization seen in these animals. Cellular level of organization. Cellular level of organization means all metabolic activities are carried out by the cells only. So the type of this is known as cellular level of organization. So the development of all these organisms stops at the cellular level because due to the absence of well developed nerve cells and glial cells are the supporting cells. So these are stops at the cellular level of organization only. And coming to the symmetry. In these animals, the symmetry is asymmetrical animals. Asymmetrical animals. In these animals, asymmetrical animals means body cannot be divided into two equal anteromeres when any plane passing through the body. These are asymmetrical animals, but some of the animals exhibit radial symmetrical animals. Radial symmetry. So body can be divided into two equal anteromeres when a plane passing through the oral aboral axis. If the organism divided into two equal anteromeres when the plane passing through the oral aboral axis, that is radial symmetry. See, these animals exhibit either asymmetrical or the radial symmetry. Now coming to the coelom. These animals are acoelomates. Acoelomates. Coelom, the functional body cavity. Between the body wall and inner organs, this completely the coelom is absent. Those animals are known as acoelomate animals. All the porphyrin animals are belongs to the acoelomate forms. Now, in these animals, it has no specialized digestion, there is no specialized respiration, no specialized circulation. What are the metabolic activities? The process of digestion is intracellular digestion, and the process of digestion is holozoic. So the nutrition is holozoic nutrition. See, in these animals, no specialized organs to collect the materials from the surrounding of the water. From the surrounding of the water, these animals have no specialized organs to collect. So, the water canal system. See, the water canal system helps to collect the food materials from outside to inside. In these organisms having no specialized respiratory organs. So the process of respiration takes place through the simple diffusion process. Simple diffusion process means where the molecules are travel through the higher concentration to lower concentration. That is diffusion process. So in these organisms having no specialized circulatory process. So water canal system. The water canal system helps to circulate the materials from one place to another place. See, this is the circulatory process. Now coming to the excretion. These organisms having no specialized excretory organs. So the process of elimination of the unwanted nitrogenous waste materials through the simple diffusion process. Simple diffusion process. Simple diffusion process. So the nervous system is poorly developed due to the absence of the nervous system, mainly the nerve cells. There is no formation of the tissues. So these organisms, all the cells do not group to form the tissues. So the level of organization stops at the cellular level because of the nervous system is poorly developed. Okay? So in these animals, the process of reproduction, these are hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodites. Unisexual animals. Unisexual animals. So in these unisexual animals, the male and female reproductive organs are separate. This is called unisexual animals. So the unisexual animals are dioecious. Unisexual animals are dioecious animals because the male and female reproductive organs are separate. In these animals, the process of fertilization is internal. If the fertilization that takes place inside the body is internal fertilization, if the process of fertilization takes place outside the body is external fertilization. But the process of fertilization takes place in these porphyrin animals inside, so it is called as internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. Now, in these animals having parenchyma, amphiblastula, and trichomella larvastasis. So these organisms, in these organisms life cycle that contains parenchyma, amphiblastula, trichomella larvastasis. Due to the presence of parenchyma, amphiblastula, trichomella larvastasis, in these organisms the process of development is indirect development. So in these animals the process of development is indirect development in these porphyrin animals. And reproduction. These animals exhibit both sexual reproduction and the second one is asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction through the formation of the gametes, but the asexual reproduction here, this is through the fragmentation process and budding also. So in these animals, the process of asexual reproduction takes place through the fragmentation and budding process. In these animals, the well-marked process is it has a power of regeneration. So well-marked character in these animals are power of regeneration. So any part or any bit of an organism able to give rise to the complete organism is known as regeneration. Fragmentation also. So these are the common points. Once I repeat the points here: Euplectella, Venus flower basket; Hyalonema, grass rope sponges; Pheronema, bowl sponge; Cliona, boring sponge; Helicontria, crumb of bread; Chalina, mermaid's globe; Heliclona, finger sponge; Spongilla, freshwater sponge; Euspongia, bark sponge. Philospongia, leaf sponge. Hippospongia, horse sponge. Stypha, prune sponges. These are the general characters of the poriferan animals. Got it, all of you? Thank you.